Hey guys, this is Liv Heilman from Liv's LuLaRoe Boutique on Facebook. I was just thinking last night while I'm here in the beautiful Alabama visiting my cutie patootie husband at Fort Rucker that I needed to make a video on why I started with LuLaRoe so that y'all would know why I am doing this crazy thing and making these really silly videos, which are really fun, by the way. So I made an outline, so you'll be seeing me looking down a couple of times, probably a lot more than a couple, because I tend to mumble and mutter, and I want to stay on track. So anyway, so a little bit of background of why I started, well, a little bit of background before I get into the why I started with LuLaRoe, but I like to stay active. I'm a really active person. I don't like to just sit around and do nothing, because I get really depressed, and I dealt with some really severe debilitating depression for a number of years, and to the point where I had suicidal thoughts and tendencies, and it was a really terrifying time in my life. And my children were very, very young. They're 13 and 11 now, and then I have a 3-month-old. Yay! But I have to stay active, and if I'm not active and I'm not doing something to stay active, I get really depressed, and then it just is a downward spiral. So the other thing about me is that I love helping my family, and I don't like feeling like I'm not being of service to them in some way. I know that I cook and I clean and I take care of them and I read stories and I sing and do all these things for them, but I really like to feel like I'm contributing to the family in other ways, just and not just emotional and physical support, but like financial, and just to create stability for my family and to create stability for myself, just in case something does end up happening. My husband's in the military, so I have to think about these things, however terrifying they are to think about. I do have to think about these things of, you know, he's going to be the doctor for a cavalry combat unit, and so I have to think about, like, what happens. What is my fallback plan if something happens to the love of my life and I'm left to take care of her children all by myself? So I think about those things. So we've been married for 15 years, and I have tried a lot of businesses. I tried businesses that are already established, and I tried businesses of my own. I tried making stationery, and it turns out people don't write letters. They like to receive emails or texts. I'm more of an Emily Post, write a letter to the person and put a stamp on it kind of girl, but apparently that didn't go that well. I also tried selling baby clothes, which ended up just being really depressing, because it was during a time in my life where we couldn't have any more kids because of my depression, and then it was just like, this is really depressing. So I just stopped doing that. I also did makeup for weddings, and that was fun, but very challenging and difficult, because I knew that whatever I put on that person's face or however I did their hair was going to sit on their wall forever. And it was just a lot of pressure to know that if I ruined their special day, they couldn't get that back. And I didn't feel like I had the appropriate skills to really be successful at it, and beyond that, it just wasn't making me happy. So all these things that I've tried to do, they were just that. It was things I tried and decided, you know, that's just not quite it. That's not quite it. It didn't quite bring me joy like I thought it was going to. I think a lot of it was very forced, and it was out of necessity rather than out of something I really, really wanted to do, and I felt truly passionate about, and felt like it was just the right thing for myself and for my family. And I really wanted to be my authentic self. And I'm naturally a pretty soft person, and a lot of these things were out of my comfort zone, and that's okay, but it wasn't comfortable, and I wasn't really truly living myself. So over the couple of years, the last couple of years, I haven't really done anything, but I've been thinking, what am I going to do? What do I want to do? I just kept getting this impression that I needed to go back to school. So I went back to school on Oregon State University online, their eCampus program, and I was doing my anthropology degree, And I loved it so much, and it was so much fun. I was taking 3 classes at a time. It was a lot of hard work. I was homeschooling my 2 boys. I was a nanny. My husband was in medical school, and I was taking 3 400-level classes. So needless to say, we were all working really hard, and it was really stressful, but it was a really good time in my life. But my husband was getting ready to take his board exams, and he really needed me to be more mentally present for the children and for him because he was studying his guts out, and we were both studying our guts out. So my school obviously had to take back burner while he completed his medical degree. And then we just, in the 2 years or 3 years, I think it's been 2, that I haven't done my anthropology degree, there's a bug. I had already accumulated $15,000 in personal student loan debt. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but my husband's also a chiropractor. And we did that the civilian route. So that's several hundreds of thousands of dollars that we are in debt for his chiropractic degree. His DO degree, we went through the military, so that was paid for with time and service in the military. But for me personally, to put my family in $15,000 of debt really freaked me out. And I thought, I can't do this anymore. If I'm going to go back to school, I need to pay with cash. And so I started really thinking about it hard recently. My baby's 3 months old, and I thought, okay, it's time. I feel a strong impression. It's time to go back to school. But I can't go back to school. I cannot take out a loan. And beyond that, I can't take 3 classes at a time. And you can't get financial aid and a lot of scholarships you can't use unless you're at least 3/4 time or half time. And I can't do either of those things. I have to be extremely part-time, as in 1 class at a time, and you have to pay cash for those. The degree I want to get, I still want to finish my bachelor's of science in anthropology, but I felt inspired by a lot of different things that I won't go into, but I need to get my family history research degree, and I can get that completely online through Brigham Young University, Idaho, BYU, Idaho. And I feel very, very strongly pushed towards that degree. Those credits, it's about $500 for 1 class, and taking 1 class at a time. So that's expensive. And so through a lot of prayers and thinking and researching, I research everything to death. A lot of researching, I realized that what I needed was something that I can do at home, because I can't leave my home, because I don't want to I homeschool my children, and beyond that, I don't want to put them into daycare just so that I can go to school. That just seems counterproductive to me. So I wanted to do something that I can do from home, I can do on my own time, much like the things that I've already tried, but something that really spoke to me in a different way than these other businesses have. And they're all really great businesses, don't get me wrong. They didn't speak to me, and they didn't speak to my authentic self and what I really felt was important in my life. Anyway, so through all these prayers, and I've been praying about it a lot, we had a recent conference for our church, and I approached that conference with that thought in my mind: what do I need to do? Because I really feel this strong desire to go back to school. And right before that had happened, some gals, actually Joelle Day, my team leader, she had a sale, and one of my good friends, Holly Faust, from my from church that I attended in Vancouver, Washington, she was having a sale with Joelle, and I was like, with LuLaRoe, and I was like, oh, I love LuLaRoe. I have a few LuLaRoe things. I've been wearing them for about 2 years. They're my most comfortable leggings and maxi skirt in the whole wide universe, and I love them. And I thought, oh, I love LuLaRoe. Yeah, totally. Let me join your sale. I'll totally do that. And it was just kind of out there. And then a gal in my church that I'm attending, same church, by the way, just a different congregation, the church that I attend here, where I live in Georgia, she decided she was going to start her own LuLaRoe business and become a mobile boutique consultant, and so I went to her pop-up, her launch party, and I thought, this is great. This is it. This feels right. This feels exactly what I need. And I don't remember the timing of it, but through all of this with the conference, going back to the conference for my church, and I approached that conference with that thought on my mind: what do I need to do? And I felt, and there was a particular talk talking about education and getting an education and being really trying to do everything that you can to not take out loans to get an education, which is what I'd been feeling. But then an education was important, and you needed to do, work a part-time job, do whatever you needed to do so that you can pay for your education. And I thought, that's my answer. And I felt a strong impression that that was exactly what was being told to me. And so I knew I needed to hop in the boat that I felt God was giving me in this flood. And so I said, I'm just going to do this. And I know it's a huge financial startup cost, but I understand the startup cost, because most of the startup costs that I did with the other companies, it was just basically like a buy-in, and you didn't really get much for it. You got some things for it, but a lot of it was marketing materials and things like that, stuff that I never really used, so I felt like it was kind of a waste of money. But with this, it's like I'm buying clothes, and then I sell them, and that is my investment. And I love clothes. I love clothes because I think they're fun, and everybody wears clothes, because we don't live in a nudist colony. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. So I decided to do it. I contacted every LuLaRoe person that I knew, and asked them a million questions, and I really felt like I connected with Joelle, my trainer, and I said, okay, I want to start LuLaRoe, and will you be my trainer? And that was probably like a fun experience for her. She does not know me, but I felt like I really clicked with her personality, and I felt like I could really dig in and learn from her, and it really has been the best couple of weeks. I really have enjoyed that. I hope that wasn't too loud, the air conditioner, but anyway. Really enjoyed these last couple of weeks of learning from her and communicating and everything. My shipment came yesterday, but I'm in Alabama, like I said, so my house sitter brought the boxes in for me. She goes, do you want me to open them for you? I'm like, no, I don't want to miss Christmas morning. That's like Christmas morning, opening all those boxes. But she set them up and took a picture for me. I'm still waiting for that picture, but I'm excited to start. I'm excited to start this business, and just, I know that what I'm doing is the right thing, and it's the right time, because I really truly know that this is what God wants me to do. And so my plan with what I'm going to do with my LuLaRoe, I'm going to pay off my initial investment, of course, and then I'm going to start working on paying off my $15,000, my student loan debt, and then I'm going to start saving up that $500 every term to take one class at a time, which is so doable. I could probably make $500 in like one party. That's crazy. And then after that, after I become more financially secure, I hope that to build my team, and with that help of my team and being a leader, which I love, and I love helping and improving people's lives and empowering them to greatness. My plan is to help my family. My family has been so supportive, especially my parents, through the last 15 years of my husband finishing every degree known to mankind. And they've been really supportive through that process, financially and in other ways, temporal ways as well, and spiritually. But the financial ways that's something I can give back, and I would really like to have that chance to give back to them, and I am excited for that. And then, of course, the cherry on top, and it really is the cherry on top, because the rest of the Sunday is the best part. And the cherry on top of that is, if I can work really hard like I'm planning to over the next 2 months, I am 1/3 of the way to reach my goal of going on a cruise with LuLaRoe. So I'm really excited, and I really hope. I just tell myself every night and every morning, tomorrow is going to be a great LuLaRoe day. And every morning I say, okay, let's make this a great day, and I'm going to do everything that I can to be a success. And I just don't have room for negative thoughts. And if they come in, I say, no, don't have room for that. Sorry, get out of my head. And I just keep moving on, and I keep moving forward. And I'm so excited to share this with you. I know this is extremely long. It's almost 15 minutes long. But it was important for me to share with you why I'm doing this. So hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully it's not too epically boring. But I hope that it's reaching somebody and speaking to somebody and helping you to make that decision in your life, whether it's joining with LuLaRoe or going after something that you've always wanted to do but just been afraid to do it. Just do it. Just take that step into the darkness so you could expand the light. And do that thing which will make you a better daughter of God and a better human and a better friend and neighbor. And anyway, that's all from me. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you've gotten this far, you should win a Medal of Honor. But share your comments with me, and if you have any questions or comments or anything, you can email me at LuLaRoe@gmail.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, Liv's LuLaRoe Boutique. So take care, everybody, and thanks for listening. Bye.